I've waited way too long to do this, and honestly, I need to get this out of the way and off my chest. Specifically out of my way. This is my haul from the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Let's blitz through these and show off what I got and the deals that I got too, because this is a massive $2.50 haul right here. So let's start it off. The very first book that I picked up was this Thundercats number 15. Now this is a Huntsville Con exclusive right here, done by Mark Spears. This is also my first Mark Spears cover, and I think like the idea that this is Huntsville's, I like getting their book most every year. However, this also being the cover from a person that's from out, like Mark Spears is from Alabama, he's from that Huntsville area, made this even more special. So super excited and glad to have this. This was, like I said, a pre-order. Awesome book. Glad to have it in the collection. The next booth that I went to had this like smorgasbord of like $2 books, if I remember correctly. And so I grabbed these. This is Action Comics number 389. It was loose just like this, jacked up just like this, but for $2. And it's complete. I just couldn't leave it there. Along with this Action Comics number 341. Again, it was $2, or I think it may have even been $1. I can't remember. But it was really hard just to leave, I don't know, like Silver Age comics just laying there for $1 or $2. Like, it's, whether I'm a Superman fan or not, like, they're complete. Why just leave them there? I wound up picking up this Human Torch number 2. I have Human Torch number 1. Wanted to sell it as we got closer to the Fantastic Four movie, and so I thought this would be a good companion for it. Again, another $1, $2 book. Fantastic deal. Here is Swamp Thing number 31. This is by Alan Moore. I'm collecting the individual stories from that Swamp Thing era, and this fits nicely in that collection. Again, $1, $2, like I can't pass it up. This is Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine number 98. I believe this is when Wolverine gets the name, or where Logan gets the name Wolverine. I believe this is the origin of that. This book popped off a little bit, but fell off rather quickly, understandably so. And so, I don't know that I necessarily think that it's going to pop off again, but I think it's a cool book to have, especially for, like, you know, those Wolverine fans out there. Classic X-Men number 3. This is the 25th anniversary Marvel border, done by Arthur Adams on top of that. Fantastic cover. It is beat to hell and back, don't get me wrong, but still, I think it's just a fantastic cover, and people collect these things, so why not grab them up? Long Shot number 3. This features the first appearance of Mojo, if I remember correctly, and it's pretty decent key. News staying on top of that. Love grabbing these Copper and Bronze Age keys. Night Stalkers number 1, still in the poly bag, and I've been grabbing these up because they have different posters that come with the different poly bag books, and you put them all together and it makes like one big poster, and I think that'd be cool to have and like put up in a frame and whatnot. I think I've got 3 or 4 of the posters so far, so I'm close to halfway there. New Mutants number 18. I think this is the first appearance of Warlock, the Tech Warlock. And I can't remember if this is a cameo of the Demon Bear or if it's the first of the Demon Bear. But this is one that I'll look out for a lot. I really like this cover, and I think the New Mutants kind of have some cool books in there that nobody really talks about. Astonishing X-Men number 4. This is the first appearance of Armor. And Armor popped off there for a little bit whenever we were getting the Ultimate X-Men, because she was going to be the main character for that run. I could see where Armor would maybe pop off again, and maybe they have interest in using that character. So when I sit there and I find first appearances like that are odd, especially for a low buy-in, I definitely pick them up. This Astonishing X-Men 21 goes right there with it. This is the first appearance of Armor on the cover. So, really cool cover on top of that. I really like it. It's good visuals for her. And, yeah, cool book. Here is Elektra number 22. Good number, by the way. But this features Elektra first time in the white suit of hers. I think we could maybe get that in season 2 of Daredevil. I won't hold my breath. Just picked it up just in case. Because you never know what people they're going to bring back in from the old Netflix series. Like, we're getting Jessica Jones back. The same actress that played her in the Netflix series. Like, who else could maybe come back, and would they put them in a different uniform? These are PC books right here. We have got Deadman #1. This is a 4-issue limited series set right here. I got 1, I got 2, and I picked up 3 as well. Awesome covers. And Deadman is a character that I find intriguing. I want to learn and know more about. I just like the idea of the character, but I've never read a story with him either in it, or it's his solo story that's like really captured and grabbed me. I did read his New 52 Slight run. It's like a 6-issue arc or something to that effect. And it was good. I liked it. I've kept it. But I've never read anything else Deadman. So hopefully I can complete this and start reading it and get to know more about a character that I think I'm going to really like. This next batch of books is a booth that I love going to. They mainly have action figures at the booth. However, they have like a little section of comic books, and all their books are 50 cents. And so I found this little series right here, Terror Inc. This is the Max Terror Inc. There's issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 5. I picked these books up because I love the cover on them. The cover artwork is fantastic. The character is really interesting and weird and odd. And then on top of that, Disney Plus had a Terror Inc. TV series slated to be coming out, which I don't even know how they would necessarily do that series. And that interests me even more of like, what would Disney Plus, like, would they just use it in a name, or would they actually bring the character back out like to life? Because this character, what he does is takes body parts from other characters, beings, I don't know, and uses their powers. So, super crazy, weird character. And just, I don't know if they're going to use, this character or not. Another option series that I picked up, and I picked up a lot of these books because I'm actually going to give them a read, is Department H. This is done by Matt Kindt. Here is the... I want to say this is like a Jeff Loeb variant or something. I don't know. I'll have it down below. This is issue 2. Issue 3. 4. 5. And 6. I feel like this would give me a nice arc for this series. Give me a good feel for it as well. And because this is a weird story about like a murder that's happened underneath the ocean, and the daughter of the guy that gets murdered comes down to investigate it. Really weird book, sounds like anyways, but interesting at the top also. And just kind of want to get a feel for it. The last Matt Kindt story that I read, which was Fear Case, was not good. I did not like it at all. I did not like the artwork. This may happen the same time again, but I don't know. I'll give it a chance. We'll see what happens. Omega Men number 37 is the next book up, and I picked this up when I find it because it's the origin of Lobo, and one of those books that I don't feel like has really popped off yet for Lobo. And there's not really many Lobo books out there to like grab as far as like keys. There's Omega Men number 3, of course, and then there's Omega Man number 4 when we get his first name and his second appearance. There's Lobo number 1, which is the first solo title for Lobo, and then there's this, Omega Man, for the original Lobo. Moon Knight 35 had some spec there for a bit, especially whenever Moon Knight TV series was going on. And it's because this features the first appearance of Randall Spector, if I remember right. That's Mark Spector's brother, and he winds up being a bad guy. And he's thought to be dead up until I think this issue here, if I remember right. So odd that I found this in like a 50-cent bin, but was super excited. Nobody's talked about this book for the longest time, and we hadn't even seen or heard from Moon Knight since the TV show. That's a whole nother tangent to get on about Marvel and what's going on over there as far as their TV division, but still, awesome book. Glad I picked it up. Surprised when I found this, Frankenstein number 3. This features the first appearance of the Bride, which is on Creature Commandos, the cartoon series on Max. Now, presumably we're going to be getting that character in live action as well. At least assumably we would be. But yeah, I saw this, got excited, and because I really liked the bride on Creature Commandos. I thought she was a cool character, and so having her first appearance, I don't know, it's kind of cool. More dollar books, starting off with this Iron Fist #1. This is when Swordmaster took over the Iron Fist, and this is his first appearance as the Iron Fist. Also his first solo series as Iron Fist. I don't know that we'll ever get Swordmaster as the Iron Fist in Marvel. You never know, though. And #1s, this could be a giveaway. This could be multiple things, so I definitely will grab it at $1. The Order #8. This has got some spec potential here that we may be getting, like Obadiah Stane's son, Ezekiel Stane, if I remember correctly, in like an Armor Wars or something to that effect. And this features his first appearance. So it's one that I've been looking for and glad to have finally found it. Magneto #3. I believe this is part of a limited series for Magneto. I have one, I've picked up 2, and now I have 3 to go along with it. I think I'm missing one more, and want to give this a read. 90s Magneto goodness. And it just makes me wonder, when there's hype for Magneto, will people go for that Magneto Zero that's like a one-shot, it's got a really cool cover, or will they go with that 90s Magneto #1? Let me know in the comments what you think people may actually start like grabbing and picking up. This is an awesome one. I'm glad I keep finding it. The Spectacular Spider-Man #139. This features the first cover appearance of Tombstone. I kind of wish that Web of Spider-Man book, that's his first appearance, had this cover on it, because that would be a home run of a key book then. Love this cover. This is a fantastic first appearance cover. New Avengers #3 features the induction of Spider-Man as an Avenger. Now, he'd been offered, he'd asked to join the Avengers once, got declined. He then got offered to join the Avengers again and then rejected it. And then this time he finally actually joined the Avengers. So that's kind of weird that it took so long for him to join the Avengers, but this is it. I feel like this is a Spider-Man key. It's got the Sentry on the cover, which is a pretty cool cover. So yeah, I think it's an awesome key. Star Wars High Republic #2. This features several cameos / first appearances, the main one being Vernestra Rowe. I don't really know anything about this character, but I know there's a lot of heat behind this book there for a little bit, and there still is a tiny little bit about. I don't know that we'll ever get this character. I don't even know that this character will necessarily be done right, even if we did get this character. However, this seems to be the money book that people look for and want to pick up when it comes to that character. Here is Star Wars Force Awakens #4. This features the first cover appearance of the Knights of Ren, another book that was spec'd on there for a bit. Again, I don't know much about Star Wars spec. I don't know much about the lore. I probably need to educate myself a little bit more. I'm just kind of going off of some cold spec here is why I grab this stuff, especially like when it's 50 cents or $1. Like, not a big buy-in at all. Moon Knight #7 by Jed McKay. Picked this up because I've been collecting this run. I don't even know that I like it that much, so I don't know if I'm going to keep going. I don't even know how close I am to finishing it. I think I actually am pretty close, though. I need to, like, actually go ahead and rent this and read it and see if I even like this enough. Because, honestly, if I like it enough, I'm just going to get the omnibus and be done and get rid of all these floppies anyways. But if I don't like it, then I'm not even going to collect the floppies, so I don't know what I'm doing here. Black Panther #526. This got a subtitle of The Most Dangerous Man Alive. This, I'm pretty positive, is when the Black Panther took over for Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen when he was out doing the whole Shadowland thing, or right after It was right after Shadowland, I apologize. So this is part of what I consider part of that whole Daredevil Volume 2 run by Brian Michael Bendis and whatnot. And these, like, after a certain, these are hard to find, like, just really hard to find books. And for the longest time, I didn't think that they actually went past a certain number, but they're supposed to go up to like 529 if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, just finding these is really, really hard to find. The Immortal Hulk #41 with this fantastic cover done by Alex Ross. This is only the reason why I picked this book up. It was straight up a cover by Alex Ross. Does beautiful work, but this right here, just the depiction of them in like a coffee shop, Waffle House, if you will, and you know this lady just not having it with the Hulk. She's not about his attitude. She's not about him possibly breaking her table and bench and stuff like that. Like, she is not scared of that man one bit. and I love it. I love this cover. This was probably the best spec pickup, flip pickup, whatever that I had the entire show, and this is Daredevil number 14. This features the first cover appearance of Muse. As of this recording, the FMV for this book is $50, and I think that was great. Fantastic pickup. Glad they grabbed it. I think Muse was very short-lived in the Daredevil series, and that's pretty disappointing, honestly. And I don't even think that they necessarily did the best job with Muse as far as, like, how messed up he really is. And, like, I get that it's Disney and whatnot like that, but you made it rated R, so why not go ahead and go all rated R with it? So, I don't know. Nonetheless, glad to have picked this up. Awesome, awesome grab. On the home stretch here, and these are all PC books. I don't remember what I paid for them all, but that's because it's been so long since I've actually gone to the con and bought these. But these all go towards my Iron Man collection, which is getting me ever so close to being done with that. This is one annual that I didn't even know about, didn't realize I was missing it, but it's Marvel Comics 1998 annual. This features Captain America and Iron Man, you know, the Tales of Suspense guys right here. Cool cover with Mojo on the back. Glad to have picked this up. I think I paid $2 for this cover or something. But like I said, it was one that I really, really needed to get for this, to complete my annuals. Found a real good copy of Iron Man number 28, a book that I was missing, obviously, which is why I picked it up. Iron Man 27, which I was a little reluctant to pick this one up because it's got some schmutz down there by his legs in the corner box. But outside of that, I think it's a really good looking copy, and maybe I can clean it up. We'll see. Nice pickup. Iron Man number 10 with the Mandarin on the cover right there. Really good, nice, clean looking book with, you know, all the black background and whatnot like that. Glad that I got it in the condition that it's in. And then Iron Man number 7, which I'm pretty sure is the first appearance of the Gladiator in comic books. Another black background cover, but a really good, nice looking copy, which is what I've been going for. So glad to have those in the collection as well. After adding those 4 books to the collection, I'm now down to just 14 left in volume 1. And my goal this year is to get down to only having 11 left. I think I'm going to be able to make it. I think I'm going to be able to make it. I think I have 3 books left. And so I think we're good. And then, of course, once I get done with the Iron Man, I'm going to start working on the Tales of Suspense, 39 through 99. So I bought 2 books that went towards that. This first one is Tales of Suspense 93. I try and pick up these Tales of Suspense books when I find them in really good shape, and I'm just not really finding anything else. So glad to have picked that up. As well as Tales of Suspense number 76. This features Batroc the Leaper's first appearance. We saw him in Captain America Winter Soldier. He's at the first fight of that, as well as Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show. I know he's not in the MCU anymore, and that's fine. I wasn't buying it I wasn't even buying it for the first appearance. I was just buying it because it was one that I was missing. But yeah, glad to add some more Tales of Suspense to the collection. While I was at the expo, there were several actors and one writer that I wanted to meet and have autographs from. One of them was Ernie Hudson. He plays Winston Zeddemore in the Ghostbuster movies. I missed him the first year that he was supposed to be there, and then this year he wound up having to cancel, and it was a big, huge bummer, and it sucked, and I'm mad about it. But hopefully I get to see him again. At least he's willing to come back, so that's good. The second actor was Vincent D'Onofrio. I was going to get Kingpin to sign my Blu-ray copy of Daredevil, and he had to cancel, and that was a huge bummer as well. However, the writer that I wanted to meet and get something signed from was Chris Claremont. Now, I like the X-Men. However, I'm not like a huge X-Men fan. Like, I haven't even read a ton of Chris Claremont X-Men. My favorite, though, from him that I have read is God Loves, Man Kills. I think that's a fantastic story. And so I struggled, though, to find something that, like, really meant something to me and connected with me that, you know, I would feel really good about getting Chris Claremont signed. And then I found this. This is Iron Man Annual from 2001. It's the only story that I know of that Chris Claremont has actually wrote about Iron Man. And I was like, this is perfect. This is my going standard from now on. If what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I want to go meet an artist or writer, I'm going to find an Iron Man book that they've worked on, if they have one, and get them to sign that. Because Iron Man means something to me, and them working on that, like that's where the tie needs to be, is Iron Man. The other thing that I liked about giving Chris Claremont to sign this book was that everybody was bringing all these Uncanny X-Men 266, all the Wolverine number 1s, Avengers Annual 10, the first row, like all these that were just the big first appearances or big deals from Chris Claremont. And then I took this book and slid it in front of him, and he goes, "Oh, I haven't seen this in a long time." And I was like, yes, that's the reaction that I wanted. I wanted something that he doesn't normally see. And he's like, "Did you read it?" I said, "Yes, I did read it." He said, "What did you think?" I said, "Well, I thought it was pretty good." It was pretty good. It puts Tony in a different situation that he's never really into. He can't call the Avengers. He doesn't really have tech, and yeah, it was an interesting, side of Tony that I've not really seen before. So I just like the reaction that I got from Claremont with it. So fantastic book, super excited about it, and glad to have this in the collection. Do you go to the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo? I think it's one of the best expos in Alabama, and if I had to tell people to go to one in Alabama, I would tell them to go to that one. Let me know down below, what was your favorite book of this haul? What did you think of the deals that I got? If you enjoyed this haul video, you will definitely enjoy this one right here. This is my May haul video, most recent one that I've put out. Got some awesome books in there, as well as dollar bin books, so I think you'll greatly enjoy it. You can check me out on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on the Comically Comics podcast on all podcatchers, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts, on every Monday. So be sure to check that out. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always, y'all have a good one.